if this is available, if you can trade up and not have to trade into the top 5 and get Justin Fields, then that's something you've got to do. The question Patriot fans should ask themselves is this: would you rather have player X at 15, whomever the Patriots' best player available non-quarterback is at 15, plus Jimmy Garoppolo or Justin Fields? Because I think you're going to be able to get Jimmy Garoppolo for your second-round pick, and I think to move up from 15 to 8 or 15 to 9 is going to take your 15th pick plus your second-round pick and maybe a little bit more. So it's kind of an A or B proposition. It is a question of, would you rather get a blue-chip rookie plus Garoppolo and have that be your plan moving forward, or use that same capital on going out and getting Justin Fields? And I would prefer the Justin Fields option, Brandon, for 2 reasons. One is I think he's going to be a very successful NFL quarterback. And the other one is, even if you think higher of Jimmy Garoppolo's ability than I happen to, nobody denies his availability has been a huge issue for him dating back to New England. When Brady was suspended those 4 games, Garoppolo made it through 7 quarters and then got dinged up, which is why we then saw Jacoby Brissett. He got hurt his first year as a starter in San Francisco. He got hurt twice last year. So for those reasons, I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo is a safe bet. I actually think the rookie Justin Fields could be a safer bet, Brandon.
See, listen, I agree with you on the first point that they have to make a move. But it's not because of Jimmy Garoppolo. It's because this is a draft that is deep and loaded with talent at the quarterback position. We heard Kyle Shanahan say it a couple days ago. Look, there's 5 guys that could potentially be the guy. We know where Trevor Lawrence is going. Obviously, the talk around Zach Wilson, number 2, my Jets. And then you have, the rest of the guys. You have Justin Fields. I'm almost there, Jenna, but not quite. You have Justin Fields. You have Trey Lance. You have Mac Jones. Those are guys that can come in and play right away. And when you look at the Patriots situation, Wilds, Cam Newton didn't answer all the questions. There's still questions surrounding Cam Newton. What's going on with his arm? What's going on with his mechanics? Can he fix these things? We saw them produce when he was healthy and before COVID. I know for a fact that New England likes Cam Newton, and it's not some fake love story. They like Cam Newton. They made calls this offseason, like, who can help him? Can this quarterback guru get with him? Cam Newton chose to go back to his old guy, and he's working on those mechanics. But you still have to go out there and prove it. So if Cam Newton goes out there and prove it, you're going to see Cam Newton finish the season as the starting quarterback. If he doesn't, then who do you have sitting on a bench that can come in and step in and lead the team? Because right now you don't have that guy. Stidham is not that guy. So that's where you go to a Justin Fields or potential Trey Lance or even a Mac Jones, Wilds.
Okay, so here's what I think, Brandon. I think Cam is a great quarterback, and I know that the Patriots love him. I do not think he's going to start all 17 games. I think Jimmy G will be the starter for week 1. And Nick, to answer your question, we did a little analysis, a little tail of the tape between the quarterbacks we could have and Jimmy G. If we could throw that up, Katanic. We'll go through them, each one. First one, cheap. I get it. Get a quarterback on a rookie deal. Jimmy G's owed about $25 million. We'll put the check mark over there. Ready to play. We know from the House of Athlete podcast, great podcast, Cam Newton's like, you know what? Takes a little while to figure this system out. Would not be an issue with Jimmy G. Could come in week 1. Next up, knows the Patriots system. Okay, guess what? I know the ins and outs of the Patriot way, the Patriot culture. I got myself a Super Bowl ring. I know everything. There's no unknowns with Jimmy G. Number 4, Super Bowl experience. Not only with the Patriots, also with San Francisco. Yeah, he made one bad pass. I guess that's a reason to ship him out of San Francisco. Last one. And Nick, Mangini mentioned this. I don't know if you picked up on this. Wields the sword of emotional revenge. When we had Mangini on last week, he said maybe Belichick makes this move to prove that he was right all along. That we know that this is still in his craw, that he wanted Jimmy G, And Kraft made the call to ship him out to keep Tom Brady happy. Now, don't get me wrong, we won a Super Bowl after Jimmy G was gone and Brady was happy. But now I think Bill Belichick wants to prove that he was right the entire time. And when Brady comes into Gillette this season, I think more than anything, Bill Belichick would love to see Tom Brady leave the game, losing with Bruce Arians, and Jimmy G winning that game.
Yeah, but the problem is, since Bill Belichick was forced to trade Jimmy Garoppolo, Jimmy has suffered 3 times as many injuries as Tom Brady did in his entire 20 years with New England. That you say he had one bad throw in the Super Bowl. I disagree with that. I think it was 3 consecutive possessions that ended because Jimmy Garoppolo couldn't make the right throw. But set that aside. The guy has been hurt every year he's been a full-time starter except for one. Brandon, it is not an exaggeration to say the most injury-prone quarterback in football is Jimmy Garoppolo. And for a team that had the stability of Brady, only ever missing time with an injury once, and it was when Bernard Pollard flew into his knee in week 1 of 2008, to go, I don't think the Patriots necessarily want to sign up for a guy who it's like, well, you know, maybe we'll have him for 12 games if we're lucky, because there's not another quarterback in football who's injured at a higher rate than Jimmy G over the last 4 years.
And could you imagine the headlines? It's like, well, they told you. You knew that. What were you thinking? Why would you go back to Jimmy G? I mean, you're better off going into the draft and you have a guy that can give you more time. Well, he's still a rookie. He needs to develop. We threw him in there early, so of course he's going to make these mistakes. The Patriots like Cam Newton. From the outside looking in, his problems are fixable. We're talking about mechanics, playing against the Miami Dolphins. He's not setting the protection right. Come on, Cam Newton. There's a mic. I mean, there's a wheel. There's a nickel over here. They're coming. Can you pick him up? He's looking to his left. He gets smacked, Jenna. That's fixable. Yeah, these are things that are fundamentals. You got to win before the snap. And then also his arm talent. What's going on with your arm? Cam Newton's never been a guy that threw for 5,000 yards. We need Cam Newton to come in here and just make the right throw. So these are things that they believe with the right coaching and with the right offseason, Cam Newton can be the guy this year.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.